exactly.
Oh my gosh, this server, like, I'm a kid in a candy store. There was a fountain. There's a person standing on the fountain. I'm secretly hiding.
Alright, let's ignore the server for now so Web can finish the intro.
Yeah.
I'll start the intro.
Start the intro.
Well, I meant by the end of the hour.
Yeah.
Shush. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Form Thread Podcast 106. With me is Chaos Mana,
Lalo.
Nobod,
Hiya, I'm the geek.
Zach,
Yo.
and special guest, Mandy.
Hi.
All
Such
right.
enthusiastic.
Just Mandy? You want to call it by your
Just
name?
Mandy, not by my name.
Phantom Rose.
Listen, I forgot your username, and I looked at Skype for like a real quick second. I'm like, oh, Mandy.
That's
Okay.
great. Perfect.
That's right. Phantom Rose on
Rooster Teeth.
On everything now.
Yeah, oh,
So guys,
Should I just do the outtake, a blooper thing, and then it just cuts to you saying, it cuts to you saying, Phantom Rose.
It's just like, and with me is Phantom Rose, Zach,
Yo.
and special guest, Phantom Rose.
Like
Hello,
Stephen
Phantom
Hawking
Rose.
voice.
Yeah.
All right, so what did everyone want to talk about? Go
There
ahead.
has been a string of 3 different trailers all coming out
Yeah.
in succession.
Yes.
One of the biggest ones that was just talked about was the second one for the Star Wars trailer.
Yep.
Which looks amazing.
It looks great. It looks great. The hype can it has reached its, I think, limit, honestly. And I'm very hopeful so far. J.J. Abrams.
Are you hopeful, though?
Yeah, I am.
I
am.
I am too.
J.J. Abrams is an all-right director. I mean, we all understand the whole joke about the lens flare, and maybe he needs to lay off of it a bit, which is, true to some extent.
Moreland player.
But I guess it's all right with
Sit
the
down.
space opera like Star Wars, I think, and that's what it is called. That's kind of the genre, if you will. So
Yeah, he did do justice to Star Trek, the reboots for that. So
Yeah.
I think he has a good track record of doing things right.
He was faithful to the source material, and he revitalized it to a point where you don't have to be a fan of Star Trek to still enjoy it.
Yeah, also something that he's been doing for Star Wars, I'm not sure if he did this for Star Trek, he's been using a lot more practical effects from what I've heard. It's like the little ball robot, it was actually a functioning prop. That it's a real... Yeah, it's not CGI, it's an actual, physical thing
That is
that
fucking
rolls
awesome.
around.
I want to see a real life
very
Droideka.
practical.
That would be awesome. But yeah, I mean, that's really sort of faithful to the Star Wars franchise, using practical effects over special effects. Like computer-generated ones.
Yeah. I mean, sure.
And it's on film.
Yeah.
Instead of digital.
Fusion says if there's anyone that can do Star Wars right, it's J.J. Abrams.
And I'm inclined
Yeah.
to agree with him. To be honest. Yeah. And
I mean, the trailer looked awesome, and it had Harrison Ford and
Chewbacca,
and Darth Vader's helmet, and that was about.
Yeah, I've seen so many meme pictures of
the helmet. Yeah.
of Solo. No,
Of
it's
Solo?
Solo. It's like get off my lawn or something like that.
Yeah, we're finally home. Get off my lawn. Yeah, that's awesome. You know what I'm not hopeful for? Battlefront. That's what I'm.
Why, though?
Because EA and DICE. That's all I need to say. That is
Well,
all I need
there
to
has
say.
been some
But
more.
Battlefront is such an epic game.
You're right, it is. But here's the thing: there's some more stuff that's come out about, I think they said officially stated that there's going to be no space battles.
Yeah.
What?
And the new Battlefront
That was, like, a
game, which is
huge
lame,
thing.
even though it's been sort of speculated that there could be. But I
Space
think
battles,
that-
I love the mechanic of being able to invade. It felt like, especially if you were playing on, with the flying in with your entire squad of troops on the landers, it felt like you were actually invading a ship, destroying it how they would do it if they were actually,
Oh, yeah.
quote unquote in
So
real
now we're
life,
just
blowing up
basically
the
playing a
air
reskinned-
systems, blowing up the engines. And all the systems from inside and out.
And then when you blow up last piece, you die and you win. That's how the reactor or whatever.
Exactly.
It was such bullshit. I'm like, wait, I die?
We're
You died for
literally
the
just
cause.
playing-
But also, there was a gameplay, in the trailer with the AT-AT on Endor and all that. There was actually sort of a press screening of some gameplay, and from what people said is that the big AT-AT moving across the map was computer controlled instead of player controlled.
Yeah.
Like you could do in all the other Battlefront games is actually control an AT-AT.
Yeah.
And it's just stuff like that. You're like, nah.
Well, we'll see. Maybe
not-
they focus more on mechanics, and maybe it's really not only.
The way that it seems like they didn't want to do a lot of the other work, and they just focused on making
The
they
core of the
used
game good.
mechanics from something like Call of Duty, so they keep the soldiers moving around, which it looks all realistic.
Yeah.
The armor looks all nice. The game looks nice, but then a lot of the things that made Battlefront stick out and special are going to be changed a little.
Yeah.
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 Nah. I don't know how I feel about it. I loved Battlefront 1 and Battlefront 2. I still play it occasionally on the PC.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it was such a unique game of having like hundreds of bots just running around
Killing things.
while you were like the lone soldier on the field, and there was like stuff going on the other side of the map that you weren't even a part of. And
Yeah, the
But now we're just
multiplayer
gonna be
was good
playing
too.
A reskin Battlefront or Battlefield.
what was that?
Now we're just gonna be playing a reskin Battlefield.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
not even.
people
Yeah,
have
it's
that's
not
what
even-
that's what I'm worried about. Is that it will end up being like a reskinned of a different game instead of being. Hopefully, at least it will be complete, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Well, people
whatever
have
it
said
turns
that
out being.
it's not a reskinned Battlefield. There is like the third-person view,
Yeah.
and you can use champions, like Darth Vader and whatnot.
Oh,
in the
Boba
game.
Fett and Darth Vader and Jango Fett were so those were my favorite champions to use when you got the enough kills or whatever to earn them.
They're called
Yeah.
heroes.
Heroes, whatever.
Champions.
Oh, which reminds me, did you
Did
hear?
you use his
Did
ult?
you hear that Disney confirmed that Boba Fett survived the Sarlacc pit?
What do you know? Disney knows everything.
What do you mean confirmed it?
Well, because they own Star Wars, they're basically he's survived.
It was part of the expanded universe.
Yeah, he's
but-
survived he's survived the Sarlacc pit.
like,
plenty of
was there
times.
just like a news release on this? What do you mean by confirmed though?
Well,
Listen,
because they
don't
said
worry about
that
it.
the expanded universe is not. Well, they didn't say it's null and void, but they said that anything that they do in the movies overrides any sort of the expanded
Yeah.
universe stuff. But the fact that Boba Fett comes back is something that's in the expanded universe and also going to be in the new Disney universe officially.
Yeah, and
It is kind of funny how hyped Boba Fett gets in the series, even though he only
No
shows up for
no
like
goddamn
maybe 3 minutes
showtime.
3 minutes of screen time, and then doesn't really do too well in the fight.
yeah.
When Jango Fett had a lot epicer fight with Obi-Wan in the prequels.
I loved in Jango Fett. He was awesome.
Epicer is maybe not the best
most
word, but a
epic.
lot more advanced fight, and he actually did a lot more stuff, and you could actually see his ship, in a space battle.
Yeah,
Because the movie was made later.
Well, at the same,
True.
and people don't
They were
give
better.
enough credit.
And
to
I'm
the
just saying, like,
prequels.
it's really odd how Boba Fett was randomly super hyped.
Yeah.
It's
I don't
because he looks cool. Like, I mean,
That's
let's just
true,
be honest. He
yeah.
looks really fucking cool.
Fusion just confirmed that at the Star Wars celebration at Anaheim, they released that announcement
Yeah.
for.
I mean,
for
that's
Boba
cool.
Fett.
It'd be interesting to see how they do it, if they do it well.
I like how they take their time, though, separately. It just sounds like they did a huge press release just to announce that he survived.
Yeah.
Hey, words were exchanged with the president
No.
beforehand.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tatooine
Not our
Times
president,
came
all the
out to
presidents.
talk
And it
about
turns
it.
out the Emperor survived.
Turns out Darth Vader was not that guy you saw, and is someone else entirely.
It's-
He's totally alive and well.
Yeah,
What?
and it turns out that Jar Jar is actually the main villain of 7.
Ah, perfect.
Not Jar Jar
Someone
Binks
better put
either. It's
that
actually
down.
like in China.
Well, it would have to be. It would have to be like
Jar Jar
a successor, wouldn't it? Because
Yeah.
it's been way too many years since
Yeah,
the last.
it's
No,
Jar
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 Quan.
Binks could be immortal.
Or
We don't have a like
The Jar Jar's become a Jedi and lengthened his life through the dark side.
yeah.
Do you ever see like
Okay.
that movie theory that Jar Jar Binks is the one that caused the Empire? And like,
What?
well, it's because what was it? It was like a whole series of events, like him being part of the council allowed them to elect Palpatine as Chancellor,
Uh-huh.
and then he becomes the Emperor and fills out his plan. But it was like a whole like long theory that Jar Jar Binks is the reason that like Alderaan was
Because
destroyed.
basically through his ineptitude and, I guess ignorance, he was.
Can Disney confirm this?
Well, I mean, it does make sense now that Wubway brings it up.
It makes sense, but at the same time, you also have to factor in that everything was, the Emperor slowly manipulating people, and
Like Jar Jar.
so couldn't you turn the tables and just say that Jar Jar was just a pawn used by Palpatine?
Well, it was just
to
sort of like a
further his
movie
goals.
theory, like how there's the game theory stuff.
That's
Where it's like,
Game theory.
That's
yeah,
a
it was just
theory.
kind of like that.
I love Game Theory. He's a great channel.
It's
His
great.
Bioshock video was amazing.
Yep, I completely agree. He's an.
I'm still waiting for. He said it was going to be the next one, but what's his overall theory for the third?
Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Threadies.
Yep. Did you guys catch
Five
that?
Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, you guys caught it.
It's canon.
Yep.
It's canon.
Everything's
Oh,
canon.
so
Yeah,
I'm in the server and I found the Hot Mess Express, like 3 signs followed by the fuck train, warning, has no brakes. Little red
yeah, that's like
humor.
right at the. She's talking about the Game Grumps Minecraft server, which has evolved into a massive community server with. You can't walk like 5 steps without running into like New Grumpton or some other random
Just
town.
funny little town or joke.
And one big town that's actually part of the server is like Blood Gulch, and there's a lot of like Rooster Teeth, fans that are also part of the server. So like, for example, when Ray left, there was a lot of people talking about that. There's a memorial to Monty, which was really nice to see, like all the people that put work into that.
Yeah.
And there's also a Markiplier town. So
Ooh,
it's all
I want to visit these towns.
all sorts of things.
Yeah.
all
And
together.
TFtopia.
Yeah.
I'm trying
And-
to get
and-
there and I have no
Most
idea how to
important.
get there from
And
here.
TFtopia is like right outside the main gate, which is also pretty
We were there
nice.
day
Okay,
one.
good. I'll find the gate.
Yeah, we remember when we were starving and all we had to eat was fucking rotten flesh.
And the first time when we were like building our house on top of our cliff because we were trying to survive and trying to protect all our territory. So
I do remember that.
nothing
The
would
good old
happen. That
days.
was before right now they have mods in the server in place so that none of your stuff will get messed with or stolen.
Yeah.
But before that, all you could do is save chests. But the rest of your stuff was like open for people griefing or whatnot.
And
Yeah.
then the Fire Nation attacked.
Exactly, and ruined everything. Well, that was one of the ways you would protect your land is just a flint and steel. What is it? Steel? Well, whatever.
Flint and Steel, yeah.
Yeah,
Those,
Flint and
those
Steel.
were tasers. So.
Yeah, they were tasers. You could light the ground underneath the person, and they would take damage because that was the only way you could. Because there was like you can't fight people unless you were in a certain zone, and they got rid of that zone completely. So it's a PvE server now, right? Or is that still
Yeah,
a thing?
it's a PvE server, and there's like a portal in Spawn to an alternate dimension where you can PvP.
But that's like
Oh god, remember when they had that multiple world bullshit
oh
with this
god,
portals?
yeah.
That was like, what universe are you in? I don't know.
Are you in lava universe or water universe?
Oh yeah, that was at the very beginning when we were trying to coordinate when we were first trying to set up.
When and where?
Because
yeah.
back then there wasn't, like, you can see now if you're watching the stream, like you can see a house and a castle. Before then there was no landmarks to identify where you were. So trying to point out, say, hey, you need to go over the wall and move across the mountain to see the part where we started building TFtopia. And that castle you see before you was actually a mountain before. And we've, like, you can see where we literally shaved the mountain down the side.
I have a funny story about that mountain. I remember, like, on the first day when we first discovered that there was like a multiverse on the server. It was me and Zach. I'm like, Zach, where are you? He's like, I'm on a mountain. I'm like, I'm on the same mountain. Are you on this side? No. And then I was like, I'm looking at every side of this goddamn mountain.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute. Did you go through a portal? And he's like, no. I'm like, I did. I think we're in a different universe.
Yeah, that was so goddamn frustrating.
Yeah,
universe did you
that
Yeah.
I think it would have been the water one.
I think it was
they
the
kind of
water
redid
universe,
that one
yeah.
that just copied over the territory.
Or they just-
Also, Morberg, you not being able to find, he said in the chat, you can't find TFtopia. There's where you spawn, right here. Now watch me walk over like 3 steps.
Yeah. It's extremely easy to find TFTtopia.
TFTopia, like, there's now a humongous, like, game sign in front of it, but there's TFTopia.
We had that big stone sign about that spot where you had to jump over the wall.
Yeah.
It's cool to have.
God, that server was so fucking jank. Now that I think about it, it was like
Yeah.
It was, like, especially when it used to lag like madness, when everybody and their brothers
We're
and
trying to
all
connect,
just trying
yeah.
to log in at once, and it was nearly like full all the time. It's still used on a regular basis, but it's not stuffed to capacity. Like, when the server would ever hiccup or kick you out, you worry that your spot would get taken up.
Yeah, man, that was jank, right? I just
And because of all the people trying to do that, it lagged it. So then there would be so much that you hit a block and it replaces itself. The stuff that you encounter a lot on Xbox, but not really on PC.
Yeah. It was pretty upsetting. Oh, I have been vindicated today, ladies and gentlemen. I've been vindicated, and I also would like to make issue an apology at the same time. Okay, so first of all,
vindicated mean?
I'm right. I predicted something, and it's all good. Big words. don't worry about it.
Validated?
Validated. Yes, it's the same thing.
Validated. There we go.
Vindicated is the I'm using the word properly. It's just
Wait, what
Zachary
were you
Potter's
saying? It
word
was a
of the
what?
day calendar.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think you were about to try to say it was a synonym, but you almost said the wrong word.
I was about to say antonym, but I decided not to because that is actually the wrong word. Anyway, more importantly, Google is coming out with a service for phones. You can now have a phone service that you pay for a Google provider. And I talked about this, I believe, during the phone blocks conversation, which was like podcast 68 or earlier, maybe even 38 or something like that, just forever ago. And I basically talked about how once Google started rolling out Google Fiber, I was like, this is going to happen, you guys. Google's going to come out with their own phone service. And for right now, they don't have any pricing details, but it will be a pay-as-you-go sort of scenario on a virtual network. And the only phones that are currently compatible with the network would be the Google Nexus, and they're pretty great phones. And,
I mean, that'd be nice, especially if that allowed, for example, that allowed the spread of fiber. Like if Google was actually able to take over.
Well, yeah,
in a sense, like I'd rather, because I mean, places are already starting to get Google Fiber. A place like where I live, though, I don't think it's going to get it anytime soon. So I'd like to see it spread a little bit more so that it's feasible for places like where we live to get it, not just like some main town like Austin.
Yeah. And another cool thing is that one of the reasons Google was having a rough time building its infrastructure for Google Fiber is because it wasn't a cable or cell phone provider, but now that it is a cell phone provider, it can do that. So I'm sure it's going to operate on a virtual network for now, which is basically just borrowing towers and connectivity or the network through
from
other providers. And then they're going to
actually create their own entity and become a major competitor with someone like AT&T.
And what's even better is that they own Motorola, and Motorola partnered up with the phone blocks guys and gals. So you might be seeing a really cool modular phone via Project Ara, A-R-A, Project Ara. And it's going to just be, like, next, I want to say 4 or 5 years, it's going to be crazy. It's going to shake up the market a whole bunch, and it's going to be awesome. So look forward to that. But that's how I was vindicated.
Well, how well, like, right now it's just starting, isn't it? Like, how successful do you think it'll continue, though?
I'm sorry.
Do you think it'll actually work, basically?
Yeah. I have no doubt a company like Google could easily make this work and function.
I mean, the YouTube streaming service was amazing.
No, it is, though.
It is, in a sense, like, when streaming gameplay, like, that's better designed for Twitch. Technically, what we were doing isn't exactly what that basic stream was for.
And Google Voice is intuitive. It's just because it was new and different. We didn't know the layout, and we were not accustomed.
I
to
think
change.
the only bad thing, quote unquote, is that you technically have to have your internet browser open. Whatever. Regardless, it's still a good service, and it worked very well. Like when we were trying it, like there was no errors or drops. It's just
It has
Yeah,
that
We haven't used it before.
stupid Google Plus border around the video. When you download that and you edit it, please crop in and get rid of that stupid border.
Yeah, and the reason I have to apologize is because I recently re-listened to a podcast and I fumbled over my words and weren't using the right words, as we often do time from time.
You do.
Yes, we as a collaborative, we as a group, and I in
You
particular.
Zach
words again.
does.
You're using the wrong words again.
No, I'm
You're
not.
trying to say
Wait.
I,
No,
but you
bullshit.
really are
Bullshit.
saying
We all make
we for
mistakes
some
when we
reason.
speak. You cannot deny this.
Yes,
Anyway.
you do all make mistakes.
Anyway, shut the fuck up.
Okay, Hannah Montana, chill out.
Yes, Zach.
I wanted to make a prediction about Low Zelda and what she was doing at stage 5. I wasn't properly interpreted and I didn't use the right words. So I wanted to make a prediction and not have her speak or talk about what she did because I wanted to find out what she did in later months when it came out. And I was also vindicated for that as well. Or validated.
Wait, did something
for that.
come out?
Well, she talked about it briefly on a few of her streams and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens. Some cool stuff's gonna be coming out. A few things have come out. She helped with motion capture and stuff like that with Miles, and she got to learn about that kind of thing. So that's cool.
Did Disney confirm anything yet?
No, they did not.
They confirmed that she survived the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah, exactly.
Low Zelda has survived the Sarlacc pit.
Yep, confirmed.
I believe Link also survived the Sarlacc pit, but that's a
Also,
Majora's Mask
no
joke.
space battles.
That's not in canon.
Yeah. Also, no
Yeah.
space battles. Fair enough. Yeah. So those were kind of my little topics I wanted to breach on. So now I'm starved
Well-
for
Now,
conversation.
now you're banned. So
Basically, yeah.
say goodbye to Zach, everyone.
Good?
Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
Zach.
Good now? Well,
see your
Jordan the
special guest next
12 is saying that Google is going to take over the world. So
I'm okay with it. Almost. I'm almost okay with it. I hate the things they've done to you.
If Google is takes over the world, but allows, like, basically, it's more the way I see it, especially if it was done in the correct way. They would take over the world, but then leave the world open for us.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like a lot of other companies aren't really caring about us
Yeah.
and just making money, while Google's at least. Even though in actuality it might not be, from the outside it seems like Google is like fighting the other companies in order to do a couple things.
And I also will admit, there have been a lot of changes recently. If you look, the highest default setting is 1080p, 60 frames per second, and you don't even have to that's not something you have to upload anymore. It's just a default setting. A lot of their UI interfaces changed on YouTube to actually I like it point instead of I hate everything about you, Google, fuck you, So they've made, they're not a perfect country truck.
Country.
They're not a perfect company.
And thus it has started.
Yeah, then all of a sudden Google like takes over, like they buy a small part of the state and they buy a bigger part of the state and they create their own mini country.
See, they're just gonna buy all the Google Fiber type territory.
Yeah, in the contract, like embedded very deep on like paragraph 300 is if you agree to purchase Google Fiber, you're selling your house to the territory of Google country.
Mm-hmm.
No, eventually it's just gonna be like a whole network, and then you just like execute Order 66.
What order was it when the clones killed all the Jedis? Was that 36 or 66 or what?
That was
66,
66.
I believe.
Yeah. Okay, that's why.
That might be why he just made the joke. About
Well, yeah.
Macleod
I was
66.
that's why I chuckled and I wanted to be. Oh wait, am I sure? Am I chuckling for no random good reason, or is this a good reason? Turns out it was a good
See,
reason.
now
folks.
you're just trying to nitpick and find ways that we flub our words,
Not even
just to make yourself feel a little more better about yourself.
more better about my. Okay, go on. Continue about how I don't flub up my words or how I.
much more better.
How what?
Oh.
No, don't worry
Just
about
found
it.
the
Don't worry
What's
about
going on?
it. My
It's
point
a
is,
fight of the derp to derp.
basically,
You want to dig that grave a little deeper, Zachary? Or are
basically,
you good?
what I'm saying is, I need to go to the hospital and get my brain examined. No,
Wait, so one way, I was thinking about an alternate way we could have started the podcast. We could have been like, here's Nobod, here's Chaos Mana, I'm Webwave, and here's Phantom 45.
Yeah.
Welcome to
Dun
Jackass.
dun 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 dun.
Bwah, 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 bwah.
I might
died a
just
long
put
time
that at the
ago.
beginning, like before the intro type thing.
Special
Wait, I'm
guest.
not what wave.
We're like the Team Rocket of the forum thread.
Precisely.
We need like a musical intro.
We do.
We
we
do
can work
have
some-
them.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you mean, like
I will write
singing
you
a musical intro?
Nah, don't worry about it.
I would
Can
love-
it have me mumbling random song lyrics in the background?
No,
No.
I don't like copyright strikes.
No, we have to do
Mixed
we
with,
have to do
Zach's
we have to do
burps.
acapella.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Boom, 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 boom.
Are we gonna
boom.
cover Maroon 5?
Yeah.
I'll be the bass. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
Should-
So did anything else happen in the last week besides Batman vs Superman teaser, which I didn't watch?
I
because-
didn't watch that either.
Why didn't
I
you
didn't
do
watch
That's really
that.
that?
I'd be
stupid, and there's no
surprised.
way Batman could win.
There
No,
are a few. There are
I
a
think
few ways
I
Batman
think
could win.
because of how overpowered Superman seems to be written in the comics, at least from a general standpoint compared to a lot of other heroes, I don't think there's any way that he would win indirectly in a fight unless a bunch of specific situations were able to happen.
Plot
Well,
armor.
like there was a game, I mean, Injustice: Gods Among Us, which kind of dealt with that. Of Superman becomes an evil tyrant and tries to not take over, take over the world for its own good,
Yeah.
and then Batman becomes like a guerrilla fighter kind of a situation of trying to fight him using
Guerrilla
like
tactics.
Krypton, like kryptonite based stuff. And yeah, it's a fun fighting game by the guys who did Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, and that game. Have you seen some of those fatalities? My God,
I have.
They are brutal.
Fatality.
Omax is really gross. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, one of his, he just like lifts the person up, squishes them a little bit, and then just pulls their guts out to the mouth.
Yeah,
I hear it's just really gory, but it's not as clever as the last game.
I
Last
haven't
game was
heard that.
clever. What?
Yeah, I hear the fatalities aren't as good as the last game.
There were some pretty clever ones in the last game. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, there was the Kano one where he pulls off your head and pulls out your heart, and then puts your head in your heart, and then kicks it.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Like, pulls off your head, pulls out your heart, takes
and
his
this
head, and
stuff
puts it
is
in your
not.
chest.
Yeah, like you said during our other streams, this stuff is not banned, but
Sacro-spirited.
slightly lewd
Yeah.
Japanese material, which is specifically built to tease but not really do anything else.
yeah.
He's saying slightly
That's
lewd, but what
banned.
he really means is hardcore hentai porn.
No, it was
Don't
very
get it wrong.
softcore. It was like
It was literally one of those games, and it's like the style. It's built to tease you, but not really do anything directly.
NSFW.
Like the main character is specifically like, what? No, don't do that. And instead of what a lot of other people say they would do in a situation like that.
yeah, yeah. One of the it's just crazy. But I
Although
guess
Mortal Kombat X did have a really cool story. I do want to say that.
yeah, the story was pretty cool, and I also like
Yeah.
the new character that's also like an insect lady, Devora.
Devora.
Yeah, one of her brutalities
she
or
eat things?
fatalities.
Brutalities.
God damn it.
No, I'm wondering if that was a direct pun on her name, or if that's just like a coincidence or something.
She does.
It was a pun. No,
She
we'll
does
give it to him.
vomit bees down your throat. So
Bees?
Wait, did you say bees?
bees.
Ugh.
Yeah. Oh,
I am
Please.
sad she did kill one of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters in that game. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah.
yeah. I'm watching Rad
who-
Brad play through.
So
it.
wait, could you tell us one of your favorite Mortal Kombat characters?
Don't worry about it.
Unrelated to what you just said. Wait,
Tremor. What is that guy's Tremor? He's like the brown scorpion type character from the old games.
And what do you
Like
mean
back
by
in the old
brown?
days, back in the old days, like there was like Reptile, Sub-Zero, Omac, Scorpion.
Noob.
They all look the exact same.
Oh,
They're
yeah,
just
Yeah,
different
they
colors.
exactly do. I thought they were all
And-
robots.
And Tremor was like the brown one. He had like Earth powers
Oh, that's cool.
or something like that. I think his name was Tremor. It was
I
something.
do. I have Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. I might have to go play a little bit later. And
I have
find
the
out.
complete edition on my PC, but I don't have enough RAM to play it, so don't worry about
But
it.
that's on PC. That's not even on the SNES. So get out of here.
Yeah, you're right.
Tremor.
I loved playing the SNES version. And I
I
love playing.
haven't
Johnny
done
Cage.
too many fighting games like that, but they always are really enjoyable to play when I'm able to.
Street Fighter, Smash Bros, Soul Calibur, Tekken.
Smash Bros. I love. I think that's the best best series. Of course, I haven't played the other ones,
Yeah.
but I love how much that spread and how over any other game like release, like that one was released. And speaking of that, hasn't there been the DLC released by now? Because I've seen a lot of stuff about that, but I haven't looked directly into it.
I think that I think it was either released or it's going to be released in the next few weeks. So whatever. Mewtwo and some other things. Yeah, but I think my favorite memories from my childhood was when my dad taught me how to play Tekken when he was at work, because he used to work for IBM and they had a Tekken arcade machine, and they also had a Soul Calibur machine in the break room. And like when he was off break for bring your kid to work day, we would go to the break room and play some Tekken. And I played the shit out of Street Fighter. Tekken, yeah. Played the shit out of SoCal. SoCal's fun. I like fighting games. I'm not like I'm on a frustrating level where I'm not good enough to be a pro, but I'm not the worst. So I button mash / know like most of the combos for the characters I like to play, and it just like it's this frustrating level of never being good enough online or being like the best person in your family or group of friends.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Zach, without any practice games against me, or ever seeing how I play, do you want to put some bets on some games?
No.
Soul Calibur?
Soul Cal?
Yeah,
4 or
Zach,
5.
it'll be a 2 out of 3 match.
Are you gonna do SoCal?
Yeah.
We can play SoCal 4. I haven't.
For $5,000?
That's not happening. I don't even have that cash. There's no way.
For 5,000 riot points.
That
All right, how much money?
again?
All right. We'll decide how much money the bet will be.
How about
much money give me?
I think it'd be a cool series of videos if we did. Whoever loses has to do an internet challenge.
TFT versus.
No more internet challenges. They're not even challenges.
They're not.
Kylie
Okay,
Jenner's
on the topic of
challenge, whatever the fuck it
challenges,
is.
have you
Yes.
guys seen the Twizzler challenge?
What is
that?
that?
No.
Those give me
Okay,
headaches.
so it's basically you pick 2 people and they
Whip
eat
each other to
a
death.
Twizzler Lady in the Tramp style.
Oh, interesting.
Sexy.
And J.J. Abrams did it with Chewbacca, and I want to say it was literally, looking at it, I was like, all right, J.J. Abrams, you do you.
Is it
But,
is it 3
I'm trying
people
to remember
in total?
what it's for.
So what's the challenge? Is it a
It's 2
challenge
people.
or is it
Yeah,
just
is it to
Well,
eat more
it's
or?
considered a challenge, like the ice bucket challenge.
Okay.
That kind of challenge.
Okay.
And
So it's a
I
raising
can't remember
awareness
what
for
it's to
something,
raise
well, not
actually.
awareness for. I can't remember if it's.
It's raising awareness for Twizzlers, apparently.
Well, is it
I think it's autism or ALS, one or the other.
Yeah.
is the goal of the challenge to get as close as you can without kissing, or just to eat as much as you can?
Or just
Or
to
just to
complete
make
the
out,
task,
like-
or just complete the task. Like
complete the
I
task.
mean, I'm not saying that. I'm
Zach, you're so
volunteering
heartless. You're
myself
treating
to
it just to
do
complete the
this.
task.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
It's like
is it
entering
3
a cheat
people
code
involved,
from,
the things
Mandy?
I live
Or
with.
is it just one person on each
It's 2
end?
people.
Okay.
You don't have 3 people
How can
trying
you have-
to eat one
yeah, how does
Twizzler.
that
One
work?
person in the middle trying to get in.
someone else bites the
No,
bites
Twizzler.
the center and then interrupts the kiss.
Exactly. Or you can
And
sort of
That's
it's
how it's
double
done.
kissed, like gets kissed on each cheek.
there's the
you know,
Twizzlers that are multiple ropes, so you can
Aw.
section off multiple ropes
Um,
to each other.
Yeah,
That was
whoever
just the
gets
course
Oh my
you did.
whoever
gosh,
gets
what
to
if
the
we
end
all did
first
that?
gets to kiss the person on the other end.
Yeah, basically.
We should do that at RTX. I'll
Oh,
get
no.
like the big pack of the ones that split
Oh,
into
God.
like 20 different things, and everyone from TFC is gonna do it.
Feel
We'll
comfortable about
see
this.
the longest like you know how there's giant gummy bears. See somehow there's actually a giant Twizzler somewhere.
That'd be legit.
Did I
So
show you guys the
basically-
picture of the like 100-something pound gummy bear I found the other day?
You did not.
No.
You talked about it briefly with me, but that's as far as it went.
How
at
many
least.
calories does it have? That's what I want to know.
Over
I
9,000.
don't know, but I want to say over 9,000, clearly.
Yeah.
I'm
But I'm
getting
gonna
Fatal
see,
amount.
it is a
that a Star Wars
25
joke?
pound, it's not a 100 pound. It was $150, 25-pound gummy bear.
Jesus
And I found it at
Christ.
20
Wally and
pounds,
Pop in the
100
Glendale
pounds
Galleria,
seafood.
and that place is like my life.
How,
So I decided you section it into 3 sections, and you eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's how you get it done.
Oh,
No.
Christ.
So if anyone has
like you would just
$150,
throw
it
like
feels like
Michael
sending
tried
Michael
to
Jones,
eat.
He ate a
that.
5-pound one, right? Like he was trying to eat a 5-pound or a 10-pound.
Yeah, was it 5 pound?
It was
No,
like
it couldn't
5
have
or
been
10
10.
pounds.
5 pounds sounds
5 or
correct.
7. This is a 25 pounds, right, Mandy?
Oh gosh.
Jesus
Yeah.
H Christ.
It's like
yeah.
eating a toddler. Like
that could feed all of us.
Well,
right.
well, the problem with
Are
it
you
is not the
challenging-
size.
It's about the size of a little kid.
Hold
It's
on.
not the size, it's the flavor and taste and the being able to stomach it.
That's
Like,
a s-
really, the
that's a
only way to
small
be able
dog.
to eat it and not get tired of it is if you were like, just every time you walk by it, take like another bite of the ear or take another
That's
bite of the
also-
head.
a lot
I
of
think Woodway just
gelatin.
issued a challenge.
Yeah, dude.
That too.
That is a lot of gelatin for your body to try to digest.
You would die. Your stomach would burst. There's like there would be no way for you to a normal human to finish that. I don't even think. Do you think a professional food person or food eater? What is it? They're really good at eating.
Competitive
They do
eating?
Competitive eating. That's what it is.
Yeah, like
you think
be
a
able to do
competitive
the
eater
hot
could
dog
do that?
competitions.
I think
It's
they'd have to
gelatin,
either
though.
they'd have to I didn't know some people, especially the people that just guzzle down hot dogs and stuff like that. There's got to be
It's different.
You know,
Meat-
basically
meat and
people
bread are
being able
Competitive
to
Jello eaters.
No,
Yeah.
well, people that can kind of stomach past the taste of it. Like
could
if
never
they
do
can
competitive
ignore the taste itself in order to just do this challenge and then probably still
I think
throw
it
up
was
afterwards. But really, that's the worst part for me, is if I had to eat a lot of that. It would be really good for a couple bites, but once you reach the I'm no longer hungry for candy anymore,
Yeah.
then it becomes the worst thing in your life.
It'd be a great lifetime snack. Like just
No,
like
then it becomes pure determination.
yeah.
It'd be
Yeah,
a great
at that point, you
survival
would have to.
food.
You couldn't even bite into it because then it would be a little wet from where you bit pieces off. You just have to keep on breaking pieces of its
You gotta
like head
cut
off.
it with a knife. Like, don't bite
Knife?
it. It's
Does
germs.
that work?
Like, cut it into sizable pieces, and you're good to go. Like, learn to cook with your gummy bear. Like,
Oh yeah, you could do
I
caramelized.
sent a picture of the gummy bear to the Skype chat, so if you guys want to tweet it, you can have it
Q.
I know what you can do
for
with it.
reference for anyone watching.
So, anyone
Sure.
that wants to donate to the Forum Threads Gummy
Gummy
Bear
Bear
Fund,
a
just
link
donate at the
down
link
below.
below. And,
Yeah.
That would be like a great survival food.
I
Like,
will
did you-
go to the mall and get it if people donate. No,
You
If,
know,
if somehow we got like $100 in donations for just that, then of course we would. But we would actually.
but no,
do a
we would
challenge.
probably cave and give that money to charity because we're people like that.
We
No.
give the gummy bear to charity.
Well, okay.
No.
Our
Yeah,
charity-
that's probably
Gummy
what would end
bear
up happening.
charity.
But dear gosh, like
Oh, well, we
that's
could stream-
a crazy amount to spend on
Yeah,
one candy.
well, think about it this way: if we were gonna do this like logistically, what would be cool is they donate to purchase the gummy bear, and then we do it as a challenge to see how much one person can eat of the gummy bear. Within
Well,
a
yeah,
certain
that would
allotted
be- that would be
time
part
on
of
the
a
webcam or
larger-
something. Yeah, that'd be for like
And
a
we see who
gets
larger,
diabetes.
kid's life. Yeah,
I'll
basically.
eat it.
See who gets
I will
diabetes
eat that gummy
first.
bear.
And
Yeah,
Jerome's
even-
like, if a small 110-pound so-and-so could eat like half their weight in hot dogs, somebody could eat that gummy bear, right? I'm saying no, because the gummy bear is of different materials. I feel like meat and bread are easily digested comparatively to the
Yeah,
gelatin
bread
of the
doesn't
gummy
bread
bear.
doesn't have the like same consistency, and it seems like it'd be easier to eat it, especially if the because gummy bears, being gummy bears, are tougher than even regular gelatin or Jello.
Yeah.
So you have to take a little bit more time, like biting and chewing it. With hot
Yeah.
dogs, the shape and size allows
Your
you
jaw
to
would get
almost like
sore.
just bite it and chew.
Holy shit, I didn't even
Saw it
think
in
about
half.
that.
Maybe
Also,
the
I
digesting
warned you
gummy bear
about
are
the
wrong.
sizable pieces.
Well, I mean, digesting
Sliding.
gelatin of that amount is not going to be easy. Like, here's a test to see if you can do it. Go to the store and get those, like, you know those rope Twizzlers that are like, they're like the little strands?
I love those.
Yeah,
I
those
love
Oh
are
wait,
those.
no rope.
Those
I'm
are
thinking
like
of nerds
crack.
rope. Sorry.
Oh, well, it's
I
like
love that too.
yeah, it's just this like cherry Twizzler. If you could eat a whole bag of that and not feel like you're going to, like, explode, then you might be able to eat a 25-pound gummy bear with enough training.
Or
Okay,
But
then I'm good because I've
I've
done
done
that.
that.
Or
Let's
how
go.
about buy the same weight in Twizzler, or pick your favorite candy and buy 25 pounds of it and eat it in one sitting.
It has to be
Alright,
gelatin.
can we
based
not give
candy.
all our fans diabetes? We want them to live.
Are we
They're all we
training for the
got.
challenge?
No, I don't.
All of us
think...
are gonna do a training montage of us cramming different cans.
Let's
into our
get down.
faces.
Okay.
To defeat the gummy
I was
bear.
thinking more Eye of the Tiger.
It's the
But
eye.
it's the eye.
Hey,
of
it's an
the
army.
tiger.
Instead, we're just trying to defeat an army of gummy bears.
Yep.
That would
but
be
yeah,
a
you can
fun
donate
video.
to the TFT Gummy Bear donation fund thing, and all proceeds will go to buy gummy bears to be thrown at Zach every time he flubs a word.
Yeah, sure.
That's a waste of perfectly good gummy bears.
Well,
Who's
we've
gonna
already
eat those off the
established that
floor?
we're
Is
not
it
gonna
gonna
be able
have
to
to
eat
be
it.
me? 'Cause
Yeah, we already established there's no way any of us would be able to finish it, no matter how hard you tried.
Finish it.
okay, 2 of us could do it. Can we have teams?
But in the end, it wouldn't even matter.
Exactly.
You could
Oh.
feed like 40 people for a couple weeks with that. Like
Oh, for
supposedly
Feed
Jello.
Ethiopia.
Well, supposedly Jello is supposed to be like a really amazing survival food because it's so high in calories and it like fills you up because it's gelatin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who needs
that-
calorie mate when you have a 25-pound gummy bear?
Exactly.
And do they
No,
even go bad?
Snake, pick up the
Absolutely,
gummy bear.
it will go bad.
It
You'll
probably
get
would
ants
go.
all over that shit.
I mean, if you
Oh,
wrap
that
it
would
and
be the
secure it
worst. Like
properly.
you'd have to bring like this own like teddy bear kit container case.
The
per-
Timbers kit.
Yeah,
The
it basically
Timbers
to like completely seal that thing if you have
Yeah.
it anywhere but in your house. And even
just
in your
saran wrap.
house, you basically want to super pack that because once you start eating it, especially if you actually take direct bites from it, that thing is going to be
Oh yeah, the Jello
a
pool.
sticky mess.
A large teddy bear like that must be awkward though to start eating. Like, where are you gonna start eating it from?
The
Like,
host.
you the heart? You should just
You
start
rip
in the
out.
middle.
It's that'd be
Alright.
funny if they actually made it a different color of gelatin than the rest of it, so you could see its heart, so you could rip out.
Like an
You just stick your
anatomically
hand
correct Jello bear. That
Oh, geez,
that'd
no.
be great. And not only that, but each part's a different flavor. So like the outer skin part is like
How would
cherry.
you make
and,
that,
dude?
How would you make
It'd
that?
be a feat
You
of
could
science.
make like, you know how they make like sugar skulls for Dio
what is
de la
the
Muerte?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Muerte or whatever. Yeah.
I said Dio de la Muerte. That's Dio
I said
from
the English
band.
version, so no one would mess up. I covered up your audio, so no one heard you butcher that.
Day of the
Excellent.
Dead. Awesome. Perfect.
But yeah, they make like the sugar skulls. If you got one of those and like, but made it like, I don't know, Vib Cage or something, and then just like stuck it in Jello, and then had it solidify as gummy bear, do that.
Yeah, it's possible.
I think we just came up with like the most morbid candy ever.
Yeah, the most morbid and delicious candy.
Well,
ever.
well, then it would also be. Then you could do like live action finishing moves.
Yeah, you could do your own Mortal Kombat fatality.
That's
Wait,
so
couldn't
cool.
couldn't you just put gelatin in 3D printing material and just make
Oh
3D
shit,
printed
dude!
gelatin?
No bod, boom! You just use a different flavor of Jello or gelatin for the different parts, and then you
Wouldn't that take a
assemble-
long time? Because in order for it to not be like a goopy mess, it would have to like
Yeah, we'd
solidify.
have
So
to
you'd
chill
like
it
put
and
that in a
solidify
printer,
it,
and
yeah.
then you'd be like come back the next week.
Yeah.
And
Well, they
your
have,
gummy
like-
bear would be printed.
They have like chocolate printers. like that.
Chocolate.
Yeah,
Oh, so much
I
chocolate.
love chocolate.
Okay, so I found you, Chaos, by the way. I'm stalking you on the server now. Oh, you vanished. Oh, there you go. You're,
But yeah.
like, all over the place.
Fun
Now-
update from the Gun Grumps server. Gum
Yeah.
Grumps.
The gum.
Gum
Excuse
grumps.
me.
I know, I give really lame updates.
Was that a
The Gumdrop server.
No, it's not a flub. You're supposed to say Game Grumps weird every time. you
Okay,
say it.
okay, fair enough. Okay.
Sure, yeah.
That's a Jontron thing.
It's a grep grep. No, the grump grumps.
Yeah, that's why there's something like Grepville
Yeah,
and stuff like
Graham
that.
Cracker server.
The
precisely.
group drops.
I'll put
The
this
group
dirt
grab.
back.
Nice. Anatomically correct. Yeah. So Nobot, that was a creative and modern solution to our current problem, and I applaud you for that.
Current
There
problem.
was that reminds me.
Yep.
There's a service that you know the game Space Engineers, which I'm probably like I've praised
Extremely-
about for
yeah,
a
you-
couple times
yeah.
on the
The
podcast.
game is so cool. I really want to play it.
There is a service that will like you can download the blueprints for your ship and send it to them, and they will print you out a little plastic model of your ship.
That is
you
so
designed.
fucking cool.
It is. It's
That
pretty
is
neat.
freaking
Fancy.
sweet, dude. Like, I love technology. Can we just take a moment?
Is it
and
colored or
appreciate-
anything, or how?
Uh-huh.
What does the model look like?
No, it's
Yeah.
colored.
Oh,
I always laugh at
nice.
people that say they wish they wish they lived in like 1990 or
No,
something.
fuck
or
Yeah,
that,
19
fuck
dude.
that shit. No.
Yeah, dude.
Like no, I can print myself a ship in a bottle.
Why would you
I
have
can
a
print
one-
myself printing a ship in a bottle.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. I can print myself printing myself.
Can,
putting a ship in a bottle. That's so
like
good.
it'd be hilarious if we got to a point where a 3D printer could print out another 3D printer.
That would be so legit. A functioning 3D
That would
printer
be-
as well. You probably could.
No, not only, but like a Barbie-sized 3D printer.
Yeah,
That
And it's
worked.
just like
that
tiny.
worked. Yeah.
I saw there was a concept that someone did of a device that could make a device that's the same size as it. And it was like really interesting the way that is like mechanically designed, like expanded and then like made it, and then you could just pull it out and it would be the exact same copy of itself.
That is so legit. Nano Machine
That's
Sun.
that's probably
happening.
how like Skynet will start.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like then
Basically.
then the president will appear, and suddenly he'll be really buff and be able to just punch everybody single-handedly.
What the hell
was
are
just
you?
chilling in his office.
Yeah.
He was.
Chicken
Burt
shit
Reynolds.
lawyers.
We need you, Burt Reynolds.
Oh.
Shit's
We
about to
need-
go down.
Yeah, basically. Man.
Senator Armstrong was the most ridiculous.
Duke Nukem.
Oh yeah.
Man. It's crazy.
Played Texas ball, you know. Like no one knows. Anyone who hasn't played Metal Gear Rising has no idea what we're talking about. But
Those
yeah.
lines are ridiculous. I've watched a few Let's Plays, and I've even watched Elon play, when he was streaming the first Metal Gear Solid, playing the first game. I'm like, what is? I love it, but why? Like, I
Metal
was just-
Gear Rising, isn't that the one that the Maniac Agenda did music for?
I believe so.
yes.
Actually, yes.
Yeah, and since it wasn't done by the main guy, it followed the canon in a way, but it wasn't quite as faithful to the way Kojima usually presents the story.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things in it that were a little more awkward than the normal awkwardness of Metal Gear.
But
Yeah,
we
there-
still had one of the music producers on our podcast, so you know what? It
Exactly.
doesn't even
Yeah.
matter.
Precisely.
It's
To
still
be
the best
fair-
Metal Gear Rising now.
Yeah. We need
Metal
to,
Gear
we need
Rising
to get
is
him back
pretty
on the
good.
show. Yeah. He's pretty cool.
Now that we actually know what he does, like Nova's like, "Hey, I have a guest." We're like, "Who is it?" It's like, "It's this guy." And we're like,
I've explained multiple times.
He
and you
explained
guys
multiple times, and we got to listen to some of his music before he got on, and we talked about music too. So it's cool that we, were just real and had a good conversation with him, comparatively just, brown nosing him the whole entire time.
"I suppose."
Heck, we interrupted and talked over him multiple times as well. So
Well, we do that all the time
Sounds
with
dumb.
each other. So.
Right there.
just like
exactly.
Good job.
10 out of 10.
I'm glad that we have honed our skills enough that we can do that on point. Turn on a dime, we can have a nice professional sounding podcast, and all of a sudden, bam. We turn
By the
into
way, you guys
children
were
in a
talking-
sword.
Yes, and everyone's talking over each other.
Exactly. You guys were talking about gummy bears. I have the League of Legends launcher open right now, and I just saw a picture of Zach, like the champion Zach, and I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
he would make a delicious gummy.
Yeah, he would.
Can we 3D print that?
3D
maybe.
print Zach. They've probably done that
Gummy
before.
printer, that's where it's at.
They probably
You can make a
3D
gummy
printed a
anything.
lot of like League of Legends statues.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Why don't
Couldn't
why does
Zach
it-
take any form he wanted? Why does he keep going back to that form?
I guess
Just
that's
looks
just
cool.
how he was designed. Yeah, I mean, he's a biological weapon, so I guess this is getting
Is he
really
Cell?
nerdy. But yeah, basically he's Cell / Majin Buu. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he was
Majin Buu?
designed. Yeah, is that not how Majin
Don't you
Buu?
just mean Boo?
Or
Well,
yeah,
Boon turned
Yeah.
Majin.
yeah.
I think that's how you say that name.
I thought the
Majin Buu. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, he's not always Majin Buu. He's just Boo, but he turned
Yeah,
Majin.
yeah.
Just like Vegeta.
But at the same time, with the
Nothing?
advent of Xenoverse being, is it that? I'm sure it's canon. The Majin are a race of people now, so that's why you say
I think the
Majin
Boo are a race of people. I think
Okay,
Majin
well-
is the title.
Okay.
I'm confused.
Well, either
I don't
way,
know.
Oh no, because then he turns into like Kid Boo
yeah.
and other things like that. So isn't Boo? the
Hold on,
race?
I'm gonna.
The
I think
Majin-
it is.
The Majin's
Hold on.
a form of possession by the one guy. I don't remember who he is. He's the Demon King guy, I believe.
What the fuck?
Look
is
it up,
his
Wave.
name? Wave, look it up.
Boo.
That's what he says.
I am
Look
looking it up right now.
Okay. Oh, you're looking it up. Okay, dude, we're gonna have a TFT Talks Dragon Ball Z soon. Eventually.
Yes.
Well, I think how our lack of knowledge displayed in the Boo era there kind of.
I mean,
That's
Okay.
in specifically the Boo era though.
Okay, Alright, here it is. The Martian is the name of the race, and the Boo is the person's name.
Haha, fuck you. Haha. I was right. Vindication.
But Vegeta
Majin
turned
Buu.
Majin.
Dragon Ball, who knows?
You will rue the day you question Zachary Potter.
Listen,
Exactly.
I'm going off of what the Dragon Ball wiki says, alright? Not gonna question it.
I watched
also
Sailor
the,
Moon, and that was the extent.
And I remember watching the Grumps like Xenoverse, and that the Prince Frieza's race wasn't given a name. It's just
yeah.
like Frieza's.
I don't think they've been given an official name.
Yeah,
I'm sure they
it
will.
hasn't been given a name, and then so when you choose that race, they just say, "Hey, you're one of Frieza's men."
It
Yeah,
could
that's
be,
exactly
it could be
what
the
happened.
cool race. It could be the
And
frozen
in-game-
solid.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in game, there's like certain like dialogue stuff that depending on your race, they'll talk. And when you're one of the Frieza's clan, they just go, "You're one of Frieza's men." It's just like, I guess, like, there's other people besides Frieza.
And also, Frieza's men wasn't the big deal that King Cold was bigger than Frieza, and Frieza was just kind of lord of a specific domain.
Yeah.
Same with
galaxy.
Cooler. Like, Cooler had his own section of space, and in the movie where it's like, oh, there's a pod leaving the planet Vegeta, and he's like, that's Frieza's bomb. That's part of his domain, not mine.
Yeah. Someone
And then
pick up the phone
ironically,
because I called it.
Yeah.
I love that abridged episode. It was the best.
And now
That's-
Frieza's a god, apparently. I'm not really sure what's up with that, but we'll find out.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, Goku became a god.
Yeah. And then he got all butthurt
Did you
because
know
he
it's
couldn't do it by
national-
himself.
So, we were talking about gummy bears earlier. According to Disneyland, it's National Jelly Bean Day, so happy
I thought it
Ronald
was
Reagan Day,
Earth Day.
everybody.
Yeah,
Is
I
it-
thought it was Earth Day.
Honestly, I have this theory. It is. I have this theory about the Disneyland Twitter. And I've been thinking about it lately a lot. Because they tweet that, like, almost every day is a certain snack food day. And I'm like, it's just because you sell those snack foods. Like, I should do research into this because they're like, it's National Ice Cream Day. Swing by, insert place here in Disneyland to get ice cream. I'm like, I
That's
don't know.
social
No
media.
one else is telling me it's National Ice Cream Day.
No one else is
Maybe it's
thinking these are
Disney's
national.
national
Are
ice cream
are there any nationalized food days?
Yeah, Waffle
Wait,
Day.
Like,
is Disney its own
They're,
nation?
Is
oh
it
yeah,
pancake or waffle day? I can't. It's
Pancake,
Day.
I
It's
think.
pancake. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I just like
One
waffles
day.
more than pancakes.
Pancake Day.
One day the world will be Walgreens versus Disney versus
Google.
what the fuck? Like Google. I just
and then Disney will announce that they won the war.
Yeah.
Because
But
it's
Google is
National
currently-
Disney Won the War Day
yeah.
on their Disneyland Twitter.
Oh,
So don't
man.
worry. Like, I have Twitter notifications on for them because I'm such a Diz nerd and it's really awful. Like, cause I'll be in class and I'll look down and it'll be like, the wait time for the Haunted Mansion is 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't drive there that fast from here. I have to study.
That's cool.
How often do
Literally
they?
my
How often
answer.
does it? Yeah, I'll say it eventually. How often do they tweet?
How often do they tweet?
Yeah.
All the time. Like, I'm subscribed to just about every Disney Twitter, like, account that they have, so I get notifications, like, every 5 minutes
I really wonder who's in charge
from
of those.
something.
Like who they just
I
hey
wonder
hey
too
you're in charge of the Twitter for the representing all of Disney. Like is that a position? Is there just the Twitter guy and that's his like job?
It's a
is just
social
to be
Well,
media
the
they
guy?
position.
probably outsource it to a social media company that does it for them,
Yeah.
like a PR.
Well, at the same time, though, there's still at least some Twitter accounts, maybe not that one, but some Twitter accounts have a little sense of humor, and like I remember there was like a
Like
Taco
Denny's.
Bell one that likes to
Taco
respond when people are hungry or something like that. It's like they respond not necessarily in a non-professional way, but in a more humorous way, like it's
like
actually a real
what
person
Tejan
behind the
does for the
Twitter
forum
account.
The
thread.
Denny's Tumblr needs some mental help.
Yeah.
Like some counseling.
I think it's
'cause
funny
every
in a
time
bad
I see
way.
something from Denny's on Tumblr, I'm like, are you okay? It's funny in a bad way, like,
What is-
those old people that are like, What are the
What's the
youngins
internets?
doing these days? Look,
Yeah.
I'm hip and happening.
Is
What
that
is
what? Wait,
the
what happens with the
Apple?
Denny's Twitter?
And you're like, whoa.
Are you talking about the Twitter or the
Contact
Tumblr?
Podcast. We support old people.
What
I
happens?
love old people.
Oh, no, what happens with the Denny's Twitter? I'm actually curious. Why is that a thing?
Denny's tweets really weird things. I think they talked about, like, the zombie apocalypse once. It was really weird.
Quickly look up what was Denny's last tweet.
I'll look it up. I got you.
See,
Don't
that's
worry. You guys
definitely a
keep
case
talking.
of it being.
I
That's
will look up
definitely
the
a
Denny's
case
Twitter.
of them
Relax.
outsourcing their Twitter to like a company, and they're like, "What are we gonna say about Denny's?" I don't know, zombie.
Oh, this is great.
Okay,
This is
ready?
great. Yeah.
Are you guys ready for this beautiful piece of artwork?
Yeah.
Shout out to Mother Nature holding it down. Father Nature's on a couch somewhere stuffing pancakes in his mouth, checking his
Oh
golf.
my gosh.
It's great. I'm following this immediately.
If you are not I am following. I was already
And
following, and I didn't
followed.
even know.
And
Here's a good
follow.
one. Happy National Siblings Day. Brothers, sisters, broses, fraternal twins, identical twins, and possibly evil twins. Denny's Twitter. Like, what the fuck?
Okay, here's another good one. Fork 20, scramble eggs every day.
Oh.
All right. All right.
Get
Oh,
followed.
that's good.
They have a tweet that ends with, think about it, sheeple.
Yeah. This is good.
Hashtag
Official,
jet fuel can't burn bacon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't even
It's
know
Sunday. Have you
anymore.
sniffed a bacon yet? What is this?
What?
Rub some bacon on it.
What is this life?
You know what,
Okay, let me
Denny's?
see. I'm
You're
just
right.
gonna keep scrolling to a random point. Like,
Well, that's the
corporate
thing. Like,
supports the
if it is
Denny's Twitter.
outsourced or whatever, it's still there's still a guy that's like his job is to be the Twitter guy,
Yeah.
and I want to see like how is he just like randomly like splurging from his mind, or how does he do these tweets,
Yeah,
and is he like
I'm-
managing? Like, is
there-
the same guy that's doing the Denny's guy is it like a different guy than the Disney guy, or is
Well,
it the
yeah, I
same
think
person?
it most certainly should. It could be.
Oh.
And
yeah, it
honestly,
probably is because it's
yeah.
two different companies, but
There's-
I'm
Okay.
just
It
saying.
was all Google.
I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest.
Speechless.
I have another gem, though.
Mind blown.
Yeah, I was pretty shocked about your.
Apparently, Taco
Revelation.
Bell's and Netflix's are also really great to
Okay,
watch.
we'll check those out. But yeah,
My
it's
favorite
a
Twitter
job
Kelly
title.
is the
I'll have a look.
Van Twiston. What's a new job title?
Social media expert is you can
Oh.
be someone who knows how to operate a social media, how to properly promote social media, and even grow
Without offending
metrics
people, you mean.
and and being funny.
Yeah.
And, it basically just
That reminds me,
growing
who
numbers
runs
and
our
attention.
Twitter?
A
Did you know
combination.
Taco Bell is gonna have a new hot sauce?
No, I did not
no.
know.
Sorry, I'm just interrupting.
No
Now you
worries.
know it's Diablo. Be prepared.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Because all their hot sauce is not hot at all. Like I could drink.
No,
that
but who
and-
runs our
It's a combination of it's a combination between me, Tejan, and Ray currently. Like
Okay.
we'll post random stuff here and there, or we'll update the icon being silly, or I'll basically use it to log into Vine to create a post or Vine for the streams and stuff like that. Tejan does a fantastic job running our Twitter, by the way. Shout out to Tejan Lee.
The
He's
reason I
definitely
was
hiring
thinking about it.
Tejan for permanently.
I can
He's gonna
always
be our
tell
social
when it's
media expert.
Tejan.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's-
well, the reason I bring it up is because I was recently thinking is one of the YouTubers I follow was in a little bit of a tiff on Twitter.
Tiff. Oh dear.
Well, it was like a public relations
Yeah.
thing that
Yeah.
involved him, and he did not handle it well. And I was
Yeah.
like, it had me think. I was like, what happens if like TFT got in like I don't know, they discovered what we do in the basement, and who's going to be the person that releases the PR thing that's like, due to these circumstances, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
blah. Like,
yeah,
I was like, who would do that?
yeah.
Well, I think
Now
that
I
would be
know.
like me or Zach would do an announcement or a journal on all the different forms. Because I mean, it's even though they are doing the Twitter, like we still would be able to do like big service announcements like that. I can't imagine anything like that actually happening, but that would be both hilarious and then, of course, if it was a more serious matter, it'd be kind of actually scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we did have that one thing with the old gaming channel.
Yeah.
And you
that
guys
sucked.
handled that really well.
Well,
like,
thank you for saying
very
so.
professional.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, the Exodus.
Yeah.
The other
of
channel,
a certain gaming channel. Yeah. It shall no longer be
I
named.
heard
A
that
certain
Disney
gaming
confirmed
channel
that
that'll
handled it
remain
well.
unnamed.
I heard Disney.
Disney confirmed.
Disney
Yeah, as the
confirmed that the other
official-
channel is gone.
Yeah.
Did not survive
Is
the
it
fella.
gone?
It did not survive. Disney
Yeah, it
did not
was-
confirm.
It's been deleted / disabled. I haven't logged into it since. But yeah, and that's what I like about this group is that we tend to be very open and flexible with how we do things, and I enjoy that thoroughly.
And I love how we're able to interact with all our fans and followers and just always have a great time with whatever we do.
Exactly.
Like that's how I like to run TFT with everyone is like it just is a great time with all things. It's not like it doesn't feel like any specific thing is annoying or difficult. We can just work through it all together.
Yeah, and that's the best. That's another great thing because I hated just nagging people on schedules and uploads. You guys are so great. I
That reminds me, I need
joke
to give you that
around.
picture of my recording setup.
No. I kid and I make jokes and I get maybe I poke and prod here and there, but it's nowhere near compared to what I used to have to do. Where it's like I had to like quadruple message people, and like every few days I'd have to do that. For you guys, it's like maybe once a
you
week,
can yell
if anything
at us
at all.
anyway, because What Wave's your
What?
boss. Chaos is also your boss.
Well, I mean, we're not really. Yeah,
I'm also your
basically.
boss. No.
I mean, we're all each other's bosses, basically, to some degree. We all run our own
Something
projects
that I
and do our own
don't.
thing.
Something that I don't like about the TFT is that there's never the right blue M&Ms in my trailer.
It's because you don't have a trailer. We gave you a mansion. Fucking
Yeah.
live with it.
Yeah, get over yourself.
No blue M&Ms in that mansion.
Yeah, not a single blue M&M to be found. Could you imagine?
Not a one.
Oh man.
But we do see Nageki.
My aviary is quite full of birds.
My aviary is quite full. That'd be great. I'd love to see that. I'd love to see an aviary just full of all these birds and Wub Wave just
There's probably
pitching
people that have
shit,
done like a
talking to
picture where they've gathered like one of every. I don't know, maybe one of the birds that were actually featured in that game, and then put them all together.
Nagiki.
That reminds me. When I was looking at my profile picture on OT of Shu. I never saw what a partridge looks like in the wild. Like those are really colorful birds for the place that they live. It's just like a bird that's like really bright color on like a rock, and it's just like how?
Yeah, anti-camouflage.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty
And-
much.
We should all cosplay at the next RTX as the birds from
as
Hatoful Boyfriend.
the Hatoful boyfriend birds.
Yeah, just the human forms.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
isn't that
no,
just
not even
regular
that
like
human
suits
forms.
and stuff,
Just, like-
or like you wouldn't be able to
No,
tell
we
what
will
we were
all-
doing?
And then we just
could all buy
constantly
suits.
made bird puns. It'd be great. I'm
Hey,
still waiting
everybody.
for. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my puntage, Wubs. I'm still waiting for it.
I don't want to edit more stuff.
I don't want to edit. Yeah. And that should we make sort of like an announcement about some stuff that's I guess it's coming around that time where we'd be finishing the podcast. How do you guys feel about this podcast?
Yeah.
Want to end it? Want to continue it? What you want to do?
Announcement time.
We
wanted to
can,
end it
wrap
like
it up
50
for
minutes
this
ago.
one.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I kind of
Well,
want to talk about goldfish.
A few new things that may be coming your way in the next month or so, series-wise, will be we have Rediscovering the Pixels, which is a retro gaming series that me and my brother are going to be recording as of Monday, I think. Yeah, Monday.
Who's editing that?
Chaos.
I'm
is-
editing
Chaos is
the Discovery Pixels
Who's editing that?
series because I've been
all he
waiting.
cares
I've been excited to do that series because I love the premise, but we just haven't been able to record it for a
so
very
many
long time.
goddamn things keep popping up. Yeah. And the next thing is making the rounds with TFT. There'll be. I'm not sure if this will be a series or we'll see what happens. But basically, no bod, shut the fuck up while I'm talking. Thank you. And it'll be a cool series where we talk about current events and current media and topics for 15 minutes with 3 people, and it'll be released on a weekly basis. Then we also have Jordan, a.k.a. Jordan the Twit, on Twitch, and Ninja Spectre are at RT, joining us as an official member of TFT. So that'll be cool too. That's basically
nice.
my announcements currently. Does anyone else have anything to announce?
If you missed the Hotful Boyfriend stream, those will be uploaded to TFT Plays on a regular basis.
And and after those are uploaded, we also have the recorded Soccer Spirit stream, which will be re-put over with music, because unfortunately during the stream we couldn't actually get music to play. I think I have a workaround for that next time, but as of right then we weren't able to actually have the music going, which I think added a nice touch. Actually, also, important last thing for the Twitch, a really important announcement that I want everyone to know about is we're going to do a really fun drunk League of Legends stream this Saturday.
Yee.
So the basic premise for that is every time someone dies in the game of League of Legends, they have to take a drink. And we're going to see the chaos ensue from there.
Yeah, it'll
except
be
for
fun.
Seawin, who every time he gets a kill, he has to drink.
Yeah, Seawin's too good at the game. Social media stuff. If you simply look up the forum thread via Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, SoundCloud, Podcast Garden, Twitch, Instagram, Vine, and Tumblr, we are there, and you can join the spool.
Go on Tumblr and call us Syscum.
No, don't do that. I mean, actually, go ahead. Fuck it. Whatever. Do what you want.
See, we need to get like you know how cis is apparently a word for, I don't know, like the way to describe it. You identify with your gender and
It's for cisgender.
Yeah, whatever. We need to like just get the words TFT trending and then see what Tumblr definition is there for TFT.
Yeah. This thread.
I'm TFT. You say I'm TFT gendered. And
yeah.
See if it catches on.
Your gender is like a string.
Transformation,
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Alrighty, thank you for joining us, folks.
Thank you for joining us on the podcast today, and we wish you all well.
Also,
this has been the Dirk.
Follow Denny's on Twitter.
Yeah,
yeah.
Also
follow Tweet Me So Hard. They're pretty funny.
Have a magical day.
It's the band Twisted.
Yep, I know.
My singing has been brought to you by Natalie Bruglia.
Yeah.